Business Today is brought to you by...
Shouldn't banking start with you? After all, it's your life and we're just one part of it. So no matter what life throws at you, at Scotiabank we guide you through it with people who actually listen and with services that enable what matters most to you. Because at Scotiabank, it starts with you.
This is Business Today. I'm Marlon Madden. Government is counting on a number of projects this year to help breathe life back into the local economy. Prime Minister Frendel Stuart says after embarking on more than $120 million worth of projects last year, his administration is preparing to start a number of new schemes in 2018. Stuart says he is expecting these projects, along with the Barbados Sustainable Recovery Plan, to put the struggling economy back on an acceptable growth path. He was addressing the first Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry luncheon on Wednesday at the Hilton Resort.
The government of Barbados has also signed 4 new loan agreements totaling approximately $63 million in 2017 with the Caribbean Development Bank, the Inter-American Development Bank, and the Development Bank of Latin America, respectively. The programs involved were the Student Revolving Loan Fund and grant agreements for $7.5 million and $250,000 respectively. The Constitution River Flood Mitigation Project Phase 3 loan and grant agreements for $6.8 million and $250,000 respectively. Deployment in the use of cleaner fuels and renewable energies in Barbados, a loan for $34 million. And the Tax Administration Infrastructure Reform Program for a further $15 million. The government of Barbados will also be starting a number of new projects in 2018. The National Tourism Program for $20 million from the Inter-American Development Bank. The Grantley Adams International Airport Pavement Rehabilitation Project, the runway, for approximately $40 million from Canadian Commercial Corporation. The design and construction of Berth 6 at the Bridgetown Port for approximately $60 million.
At the same time, Stuart reiterated his call for the private sector to play its part in leading the desired growth. Acknowledging that the journey would not be an easy one, Stuart stressed that it will require harmony between financial institutions, entrepreneurs, and government.
If the cooperation of any one of these is missing, if the quality of any of these is compromised, our vehicle starts taking us faster downhill and eventually runs out of control. As I indicated to this chamber in January 2015 at this same location, we cannot run away from the battlefield, but must claim our space and fight to defend it. I have assured you over and over again, since becoming Prime Minister of the government's commitment to private sector-led growth. That commitment has not abated. The opportunity to fuel a new paradigm, a new platform for sustainable economic development on which Barbados' future success is based, is one that excites me and is a path to which I pledge my allegiance.
Meanwhile, Senior Vice President of the BCCI, Edward Clarke, told the monthly gathering he was confident the economy could fully recover.
Despite the challenges that our country faces, we at the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry are positive that Barbados can recover from its current situation. We, however, believe that the difficult decisions must be taken by the government without any further delay, and even more importantly, that the corrective measures be implemented with the urgency required to rectify the current situation.
The Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry, BCCI, will be placing a greater emphasis on disaster risk reduction over the coming months as it seeks to help businesses better prepare for natural disasters. Senior Vice President of the BCCI, Edward Clarke, addressed the matter at the business luncheon.
The Chamber has taken the decision to pay closer attention to disaster risk reduction in 2018, and we will be seeking to build further awareness among our membership to establish disaster recovery plans and business continuity planning in their operations. We believe this is essential if we have to be better prepared if we are going to withstand and recover from such disasters. We will also seek to deepen public-private partnerships between the private sector and the Ministry of Agriculture with respect to food and general supplies distribution in the event of emergency situations.
Now for today's financial tip. To avoid overspending or buying items you may not need, check the cupboards, fridge, and freezer before making out a shopping list. After all, you do not want to be buying items you already have. That's been Business Today. Join us again next Tuesday. Until then, you can get more business and news by logging on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribing to our e-paper, and liking us on Facebook. I'm Marlon Madden.